Good morning, students. We were discussing chapter number 1, and today we will be continuing with the chapter with the last session, that is psychology and other disciplines. Myself, Avneet Kaur from the Millennium School, South City, Lucknow. Now, when we are talking about psychology and other discipline, first of all, we need to understand, as you already know now, that psychologists engage in the activity two types, right? So it could be research or application. We've already studied where we were talking about the themes. Now there is a difference between basic versus applied, but then there is not a very vivid, differentiation between the two, right? Or however, it matters that what kind of subject matter or the concrete subject is what we are studying about, and thus there is no very sharp or very evident sort of differentiation between the two, because these both are interrelated. Basic psychology, however, on one hand provides theories and principles, while applied psychology provides the context in which the theories and principles are derived. Next, research, obviously it becomes the integral part of applied psychology, and as I said that these both are interrelated and mutually reinforcing. Now next you talk about the psychology and other disciplines, where the first one is philosophy. As I already told you that psychology was initially the part of philosophy, and then the concern was that now as the time passed, psychology was becoming a separate discipline. So during the 19th century, Wundt and other psychologists were adopting the experimental approach to question or find out the answers of the emergence of psychology as science, and basically they were focusing on knowing and the various domains of human nature. Next, medicine. Obviously that when you're talking about the role of psychologists, they engage in the health hazardous behavior and adhere to the prescribed doctors, as because when you are talking about the connection of the psychologist in this field, it is very important that when the patients are being treated who are suffering from cancer, AIDS and various other things, who are in the intensive care unit, they need psychological counseling, right? And a counseling can be done by any person, as I said, but then psychological counseling is something different. So in the medicine field also, a psychological counselor is very much needed. Next, when you're talking about economics, political science and sociology, as you have studied earlier also, that psychology applies in all these fields, and it helps in understanding the authority, nature of the political conflicts, and the different socio-cultural context, how does it affect the behavior of an individual, intergroup conflicts, etc. Next, computer science. Obviously, when you are talking about computer science, now the famous approach or the part that we are being encountering in this era is artificial intelligence. So when you are talking about computer science, psychologists play a very important role, as the cognition plays a very important role, right? When you've studied that cognition is the process of knowing. So obviously when you're talking about computer science, meaning everything related to calculations, here cognition plays a very important role, and obviously the psychologist. Now next is law and criminology. Quite an interesting topic, that why a person commits crime, why has he disobeyed a particular law, or why he had was he forced to commit a crime, or was there any other specific reason, or there is a psychological disorder a person might be going from. So obviously this is the reason why for forensic psychologists and criminal psychologists are being so much considered, because you cannot judge and conclude a person only on the basis of the crime committed. Next, when you're studying about music and fine art, it is one of the major things when you talk about the music therapy, right? Many patients, and even in yoga is one of the alternative therapies. So music becomes the music therapy usually, and it is quite effective bringing a person. Even the researchers have proven that music might bring a person out of depression. Next, you talk about architecture and engineering. Obviously, the types of intelligence that are being used in it, it cannot be done without the help of psychologists, right? They provide engineers, that how a particular safety measure could be taken. Psychological knowledge helps them designing the mechanical devices, displays, the orientation, and various other things. Next, you talk about psychologists at work. First of all, clinical and counseling, that we had already discussed in the last session, the differences in the two, right? That clinical psychologists usually focus, their work is on the working with this person suffering from psychological disorder and then diagnosing them. Counseling is related to the interventions or the therapies given while a person is suffering from a particular situation, right? Community psychologists talk about the mental health in the community, how it could be affected, like for nowadays during this pandemic, what kind of situation or the community is going through, the anxiety level, or the a person could get any panic attacks. So this is what community psychologists study. School psychologists, obviously, they are very much focused upon to bring out best from the students, and especially the focus on the the gifted ones, we call them, or the children with the low IQ level. And lastly, organizational psychologists, who work upon bringing the best out of the employees. For example, nowadays the work pressure on the people working in the MNCs might be very much high, as they are instructed to report a particular production by the end of the week or the weekend. So they are going under various stress. So in this particular situation, organizational psychologists play a major role, where the employees, and they make sure that a proper work environment is given to them, the employees obviously and the employer both, and the interpersonal relationship should also be maintained. In this regard, various theories have been written, you'll be studying about in the higher sections. Next, now finally concluding to psychology in everyday life. Obviously, now you've understood that it is not mere about the human mind and only the experiences, but it also involves the solutions through various interventions. And this range of intervention in the personal life could vary from personal to community or national to international. And during all these, it is also seen that a person might be suffering because of the negative thought pattern or the undesirable behavioral pattern, and the psychologists study, analyze, diagnose, and try to solve that out. Next, you talk about that term called defensive behavior, meaning everyone thinks few things about ourselves, and when this thinking pattern it increases or it becomes on a very high peak, we get affected, and this results in the contradictory from the environment. So obviously, when it is resulting in this way, the plastic messages plays a very important role, right? And it is important that whatever the psychological application and principles you are studying about, they should be applied in a very positive way, in a constructive way, so that your learning, memory, decision making power, and other cognitive abilities could be improved and enhanced for your growth, right? So this is how psychology could be applied in everyday life, and how they are at work in different disciplines.